Hey, thanks for watching. I just wanted to talk a little bit about um, just some different thoughts on things going on in society today. Um, Recently, a man named Jacob Blake was uh, was shot by police officers, and on my way out the door this morning, um, my wife likes to watch Good Morning America, so it was on, and I heard a little bit about it, and the words that I heard were, you know, a man shot point blank 7 times in front of his children. Okay. Now I've watched the video before, and then I've seen another clip that showed a different angle before that happened, before he walked to his car, and that happened. There was a scuffle with the police on the other side of the car. He was called out there. A woman had called and was trying to get this man to leave, and so anyway, man, if I just watched Good Morning America and saw that, I think I would be enraged too. Shot 7 times and just walk into his car. When he gets in the car. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is, a different side of that could be, police called, man refused to leave, scuffle took place. Police officers tried to get this man to comply, and he resisted, and then he walks over, and he's shot because he reaches into his car, and there's now evidence showing that there was a knife in the car. As far as getting shot 7 times, I can't, I don't know what was going through the officer's mind. I'm not an officer, so I'm not going to try to touch on that. I just want to point out the difference between the first thing you hear, man shot point blank in front of his children while just walking to his car, getting into his car. And when people hear those kind of things and they don't get the full picture, they get enraged, and that anger comes out, and that's what is responsible widely for all of these riots and destruction and violence that's shown, that we see every day on, I see it every day on the, social media. Just a couple of things about it. I think if we had the full picture, that it would maybe help a little bit, and I think if mainstream media didn't push so much for this narrative of cops are bad and they're just out targeting black people. Because here's the thing that I would say for anybody, whether they were black or white or Asian or Hispanic, or if they were tall or short, or heavy or skinny, comply with authorities. And that's probably the most important thing to prevent these kind of things from happening. I'm not saying that there has never been any racially motivated, death of somebody because of their skin color. I don't know. I'm not in the inner minds of people. But what I can say, this narrative is pushing more division, and it's creating more violence. Police officers are being targeted, and let me tell you something. We actually, maybe there could be some room for improvement and things like that. I don't know. I can't imagine being in these, high risk situations with adrenaline flowing and trying to think really quickly. I don't know what that's like. So maybe there could be some reform. I don't know. I imagine I'm going to probably interview an officer sometime, probably on here, just to kind of get a different point of view. Which I did show a video recently of an officer from Milwaukee who was, 30 years there, and he gave a pretty good perspective on it. I haven't noticed very many views on it, but it's just creating this situation where police are targeted now, and more violence and everything is held. And yeah, we can't just say, yeah, people are angry and they're doing these things. No, people have to be also held accountable. so many businesses are burning, and it's funny. I saw a thing this morning where they say, yeah, it's mostly peaceful rioting, and in the background there's a building burning. I don't know how burning down somebody's, business, their way of surviving in this world, making an income. I'm not really sure how that's really peaceful, but that's just kind of the narrative that is being pushed. And I've also heard that because of this shooting, that some basketball players walked off the court. Everybody has an opinion. I get that. My thought is, why not, pro athletes, you're some of the most influential people in the world. Why not, go to some of these communities? Maybe you don't have time to speak to people individually or anything. Go to some of these communities and, give a speech or something that says, hey, this is a different way. This is a better way. Let's try having respect for people in authority. Let's not steal things. That's looting. I've seen so many of these videos of people. I just saw one today of people just going into a Target and just taking. Whether that's out of anger or whatever. Why not come alongside people in society and say, yeah, there's a different way. There's a better way. Rather than just blaming it on, yep, another racist police shooting. We don't know that at all. We don't know anything about this officer. But that's the conclusion that's jumped to. And one more thing I'll just say on this particular video is, I love all people, I love everybody in the world. Christ has called us to love one another, and even though we may not see eye to eye on things, I love people. And sometimes I'll post some things. I'm like, hey, just watch this, just really watch this and stuff. This is really good. This kind of gives an explanation of, why there's so many people that feel this way about it. And looking for comments and things, and I get like, crickets. Nobody comments. I try to make a comment on some people's posts, and I get called willfully ignorant. Some of the people I support and listen to, they have racist followers. Just whatever. I'm just waiting for one person that may not agree with my viewpoints to say, hey, I can kind of see that. I can see the other side, Obviously, if I watch something and I see people and I feel like they're being targeted, yeah, there would be rage. I couldn't even finish watching the George Floyd video. Actually, I didn't even watch it. I just saw the facial expression that he had, and I was like, man, this is terrible. And of course, there's other sides to that story too, which I'm not going to go into at this time. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. Just some of the things that were on my mind. And feel free to respond to this. I'd like conversations to happen. And why is this so important? Why are you talking about this stuff so much? I have kids. Some of you have kids. We need to make a safer place as much as we can. And these things, they do. I do think about these things, With the violence going on in this world. Anyway, have a good day, and thank you for watching.